Meditech orientation for nursing. Creating the status board and utilizing the EMR. The status board allows you and other clinical staff to quickly assess which patients require attention. The status board also provides a single starting point to all of the screens and functions to view, edit, and document patient information. Select Edit My List to add patients to or remove from your status board. By selecting Edit My List from the footer tabs, patients can be added by patient name, account number, or medical record number when utilizing the Add Patient button. Select Add Beds to add a selected unit or group of patients to your status board. Footer buttons are also available for removing selected or all patients from the status board. It should also be noted that patients will automatically be removed from your list approximately 2 hours after discharge. Select the option to search for a specific patient using pieces of patient information. For example, you can search for patients by name, account number, or medical record number. You can also enter a partial name to find all records that contain that name fragment. Enter your search criteria and click Search. The system conducts a Master Patient Index or MPI record search and return all records that match your criteria and have at least one viewable visit. You can then select a patient or edit the search criteria and click Search again. Click Find More to broaden the search. After finding the patient to be added, check mark the appropriate visit date and type, select the Add button, and save. After clicking the Save from the footer buttons, you will be returned to your status board. Most status boards are divided into 2 tiers. When the patient from the top tier is highlighted, the information in the lower tier belongs with that patient. A highlighted patient displays in green as shown here. Both the upper and lower tiers have been customized to display relevant information for the clinical area for which they were developed. Clicking on any of the 3 noted areas will allow you to open the chart and begin documenting, passing medications, or reviewing the EMR. The electronic medical record. Patient charts are patient-specific screens that provide the information and functions necessary to review, plan, and document patient care. Some of the tasks that you can perform include documenting interventions and outcomes, writing notes, recording medication administration, viewing and acknowledging orders, and discharging patients. Select the Status Board tab from the integrated desktop to close the patient's chart and select a new patient. Please note that only one chart can be open at a time. Let's review what appears within the View Only section of the patient's EMR. The Select Visit option provides a list of all visits associated with a patient, sorted in reversed chronological order. Each row displays information from a single patient visit. Registered type visits, such as Admin In, appear within the type in bold to indicate active accounts. Selecting visits by date allows you to restrict the criteria to certain visits. You can restrict the list to include only those visits within a certain time period or those of a certain patient type. Use the Summary menu option to open the Summary panel. The Summary panel consists of several pages, for example, Clinical and Care Team. To edit specific information displayed in the Clinical panel, click the Edit button in the column header of the relevant table. For example, allergies and adverse reactions, home medications, and patient pharmacy. For a section, click on the plus or minus icons in the column header. To expand and collapse a section or item, click on the plus and minus icons. Use this panel to review visit information. The panel opens first to a screen with non-clinical information and is useful for gathering information such as ED physician, attending physician, and insurance information. Notices are not currently used by our staff. Select the New Results panel to review recent patient data prior to performing rounds or to quickly obtain the newest data. View new results from the last 24 or 48 hours or information that is new to you. Select individual items in the result diagram to view details. The Detail view allows you to view the details of a specific data item at a specific date and time. To access the Detail view from certain panels, click a specific table cell. If a table cell has a comment symbol, you can view the full comment text in the Detail view. Click the clipboard to view the specimen report or image. Click the camera to view the report or image. Use this menu to select the specific clinical panel you want to view. When you select a panel, the data appears in a flow sheet. Use the clinical panel to review patient data such as assessments, medication administrations, and reports. The column headers and row labels remain fixed while you use either the vertical or horizontal scroll bars to view more data. Specific time frames can also be defined by using the footer buttons. Select the Panels tab from the footer buttons to choose a different panel for viewing. The Vital Signs tab. The date and time that the information recorded appears in the column headers. If a response includes text, a comment symbol appears. You can click different sections of the spreadsheet to view more detailed information. The I&O panel displays numerical intake and output values recorded from assessments or from other Meditech applications. The date and time that the information was recorded appears in the column headers, with the intake and output items in the rows. For each individual time span, the panel displays the intake and output totals, balance amount, and a breakdown of individual intake and output totals. For some items, the screen includes the individual items that make up an amount total. For example, the panel displays each separate item within the total IV amount, such as left hand and right hand IVs. Use this screen to view detailed information about the medications associated with your patient. Click the table rows to view further details for the listed medications. Click the MAR body button to view the medication information in a view-only format that is identical to what is seen by the care providers when administering medications on the MAR. The footer buttons allow you to make the medication list more or less specific. You can click the column headers to resort the list. Use this screen to view laboratory test results in a spreadsheet format sorted by date. Laboratory results are available for the categories listed above the table. The most recent data appears in the rightmost column. Buttons at the top of the screen provide access to the different categories of lab tests for which the patient has data. If no data is available, the button does not appear. When new data exists since prior access, the button appears in red. Use this panel to view microbiology specimen data. The panel opens first to the specimen screen, which sorts specimens by their collection date in reverse chronological order. Each table row contains information for one specimen. The icons in the report and grid columns provide access to specimen query, reports, and susceptible grids when these items are available. This screen displays a summary of the blood product information ordered for the selected visits, as well as test results that can be relevant to making blood product decisions. Use the Reports panel to view reports and images for selected visits or most recent data across all visits. You can also view reports by category, such as imaging, pathology, or general. To view a report, click on the report icon. To view an image, click on the camera icon. Use this screen to view a list of the assessments documented for a patient. Place a check mark next to the assessments you want to view, or click the check mark at the top to select all assessments. The Notes screen is to view signed notes for the selected patient. You can also edit your own notes from this panel. The panel opens to a list of all signed notes for selected patients. If notes for specific categories exist, buttons appear at the top of the screen that allow you to view notes from only those categories. You can click a note in the list to view the note text and then browse through the other notes in the text viewer with the next and prior buttons. Or you can use the footer buttons on this screen to view specific notes in the list. Refresh EMR is available for selection anytime you are viewing the patient's information. By selecting the Refresh EMR, the system will look for and retrieve any updated information that has been entered. The EMR will also automatically refresh anytime you exit and reopen the patient's chart.